This week on Your Newsroom.
I'm Andy Cole. Baseball is teeing off their spring season. First, on the road against Tennessee and Georgia Tech, and later this week, back at J.I. Clements for their first home series. We met up with the team and talked all things spring season. Huge crowds showed up and showed out for our men's basketball team last week at their first block party. The game was against our bitter rivals, the Georgia State Panthers. We take a look at what the block party was all about. Our series, Taste the Borough, takes us to So Yummy. Amara is serving up a great story on the sushi joint and shows us how to make a new dish that's not even on the menu yet. You don't want to miss it. Plus, Arbor Day was last week. We highlight how our campus celebrates by giving back to the environment. If it matters to you, it matters to us. And it all starts right now.
This is Your Newsroom with Andy Cole and Aaron Ware. Plus, your team of reporters in the field covering stories that matter to you. Now from the Georgian Media Group, this is Your Newsroom.
Hey everyone, welcome to Your Newsroom. I'm Andy Cole. Aaron Ware is off this week. Georgia Southern Baseball is getting ready for their first home series this weekend against UCF. They got off to a rocky start in Rocky Top, but hope to redeem themselves back in the Borough. Your Newsroom's Justin Helms caught up with the team ahead of their spring season.
Head coach Rodney Hennon now enters his 22nd season at the helm for the Eagles. Even though the years are adding up, he remains a student of the game and invites each year differently.
There's always areas that you can work at to improve upon from year to year. And the exciting thing about what I do, and one thing I really appreciate about my job, is every year is always different. It's always a new season. It's always a different group of kids.
Last year, the Eagles baseball team finished as Sun Belt runner-ups after being taken down by South Alabama in the championship. This year, they return a majority of their upperclassmen with the extra motivation to finish all the way this time.
Our focus is on going out and winning baseball games as a team and trying to put ourselves in position to win a championship and get back into the NCAA tournament. And I think that's a big motivating factor for a lot of these guys that did come back.
Many of those upperclassmen have taken on increased roles in order to reach their shared goal. Junior starting catcher J.P. Ty has focused on becoming more of a leader in 2022.
Being more vocal and trusting my role as a leader on the team, and being able to hold guys accountable and not being afraid to step on guys' toes.
The Eagles were picked to finish second in the conference again by the preseason coaches poll. The catcher's response to the vote?
Last year we were projected to be middle of the pack was the group we fell under. So we don't really try to pay attention to that stuff too much, but it definitely puts a little chip on our shoulder to prove that we want to get over that hump and go for first instead of second this year.
The team will compete against UCF in a home series starting this Friday at 6:30.
Justin, with so many players returning to finish the mission, what's something new or different about this year's team?
Yeah, they really focused on trying to make this season more of a player-led year. They had a lot of grad students come back and players who came back for their extra year of COVID eligibility, so majority of their roster is upperclassmen, and they want to hold each other accountable going into this season.
Let's hope they do it. Thanks, Justin, for that report. If you're watching this, then you probably agree that it's Southern, not State. Last weekend, the University Programming Board held a block party to get the campus fired up for the real GSU. Your Newsroom's Asa Barley was there.
DJ Nino was on the scene for the first ever men's basketball block party held last Friday, which made for a fun night of games, activities, and food as students showed up and showed out to support their Eagles. For the University Programming Board, they hope this block party is just the first of many more to come.
I love getting the student body involved in different events, so if this pans out very well, which is looking like it has so far, we definitely will do more events for rivalry games in the future.
For some newer students, the block party was their first taste of school spirit. COVID-19 made large gatherings difficult to organize.
I've been to a couple events done at the Williams Center, nothing that's sort of like this. Smaller ones down at the Eagle Village Courtyard, but nothing like this.
No matter the sport, the rivalry for the title of the real GSU runs deep, especially in men's hoops. Saturday marked the 64th meeting between the bitter rivals. While the Eagles fell short at Hanover over the weekend, they still hold the all-time series lead, 38-26.
Asa, how long has this Georgia Southern, Georgia State rivalry gone on?
Well, the first time Georgia State and Georgia Southern met was February 19, 1972, which happens to be 50 years to the date of their next game, what this whole block party is for.
Wow, that's a long time. Well, thank you, Asa, and of course, GATA. This week on our series, Taste the Borough, Amara Lewis takes us to So Yummy. She teamed up with their owner to make a delicious meal we'll know you'll be craving. Let's take a look.
So Yummy Asian Kitchen strives to bring fun, cultural flavors to the people of Statesboro. Opened in 2017, So Yummy prides itself on quality food and service. They were awarded for their commitment to quality in 2021 by the Georgia Business Journal, winning Best of Georgia.
We are an Asian fusion restaurant with a crafted cocktail bar. We do Americanized versions of Asian food.
And I got the chance to make this delicious new dish with owner and entrepreneur Adam Sang.
I had a lot of fun, and it was an experience to say the least.
Okay.
Very nice. All right, so we are almost ready.
Through this demonstration, Adam showed me how to make this fun and flavorful dish that So Yummy will be adding to their menu in the near future. The dish is called a fried chicken scramble, and it's made with katsu chicken, which is a chicken cutlet that is rolled in panko crumbs and fried to perfection. He also added eggs, broth, scallions, and more to make this dish what it is. Can you tell me a little bit about So Yummy? When you guys get here, what do you guys serve?
Absolutely.
What's the culture behind So Yummy?
The culture? Are you talking about the people culture? Are you talking about the food culture? The food culture. So it's interesting, you know, it's actually a very similar, one and the same. What we do at So Yummy is we are trying to broaden people's horizons.
Okay.
Statesboro is such a small town, and you know, this is something that I connect with oftentimes just because I was from here.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, when I grew up here, I didn't taste a lot of the flavors that was outside of this region.
Right.
We're known for what? Pizza, wings, what? Burgers, yeah. So when I started, you know, going to you know, Asia, when I started going to Irvine, I found out there was this food that was missing from this area.
Okay.
And so when I came back, I decided to kind of like, you know, bring as much culture and food as I could to the people, so that they had an opportunity to travel, I guess, with their taste buds, is what I like to say. All right, so we're gonna take it and we're gonna start sliding it off and then put it directly on top.
Okay. I feel like my egg didn't cook as well.
No, you're good.
All right.
You had a little bit more liquid in yours,
Yes.
and that's kind of like probably what you're getting that from.
Nice.
So we're gonna go in and turn our things off.
Okay.
And then we are actually going to just put it maybe right directly on here.
Okay.
And we're going to add a little bit more decoration. So no dish, I think, is finished off with seaweed.
Okay.
Is
Maybe like the parsley.
That's right. That's right. So grab a little bit, just maybe put it down the middle.
Okay.
Okay. Very nice. You are a natural. I might have to have you apply at the restaurant. Right? Okay. And then we also have a little bit of green onion.
I love green onion.
Very nice. It's going to deliver a little bit of complex texture and flavor.
Okay. I feel like that guy. What's his name? Salt Bay.
Hey. What you got? Let's see it. Let's see it. Both of us. Hey!
Okay.
So Yummy's fried chicken scramble will be on the menu in the near future. In the meantime, let us know where you want us to go next. DM us at @your_newsroom. And don't forget to connect with So Yummy too. Georgia Southern's Botanical Gardens celebrated Arbor Day a little differently this year by making Arbor Day an active celebration of nature. Your Newsroom's Ashley Watts shows us how our campus uses its green thumb.
The national observance of Arbor Day is always the last Friday in April, but many states celebrate Arbor Day at different times of the year based on the best tree planting times in the area. The Botanic Garden on campus celebrated Georgia's Arbor Day in a new way.
Normally we plant a tree, and I teach everybody how to plant a tree, but tomorrow we're going to do something a little different. They're actually going to plant a tree on campus at 3 o'clock at Sweetheart Circle, so we decided I want to do a tree walk where we walk around and we see some of the trees that we planted in the past at Arbor Day.
The first celebration of Arbor Day in Nebraska 150 years ago saw 1 million trees planted. In the past 50 years, the Arbor Day Foundation has planted over 400 million trees worldwide.
trees are just so important to us, and I think it's really nice to take a day and celebrate what trees do, especially as the climate is warming.
11 acres of land that once hosted the farmstead of Dan and Catherine Bland is now home to our botanic garden. The garden offers an array of native plants, including over 20 of Georgia's protected species.
The most important jobs that we do, and we do on a daily basis, is to promote native plants and animals. And we promote the native plants and animals just by doing our job and maintaining our arboretum. We have a tree walk. We have 2 different forest locations that are all native plants.
Aside from their efforts to educate the public about the importance of plants and the history of the land on campus, the Botanic Garden offers beautiful scenery and a calming environment for students to visit.
We'd love for you to come on out and have a picnic, study. People get married out here, they propose to each other, they come on dates. It's just a great place to come and relax.
Ashley, when is the garden open for students to visit, and what can they expect?
The garden is open Monday through Friday, 9:30 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. and Sundays, 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. It is free for students and features over 11 acres of garden and 2 exhibits.
Thanks, Ashley. Sounds like they've got a lot to offer. I'll have to visit the gardens myself sometime. Hundreds of students from all over the world attend Georgia Southern. We met up with some of them to learn about their experiences adjusting to American life. Here's your Newsroom's Elise Taylor.
Getting used to college life on campus can be challenging for some students, especially when they're involved in clubs, sports, and jobs around the community. For international students, it's even more of a challenge to get used to an entirely different country.
My biggest challenge has been to interact with a culture that is very much different than mine. Even though I'm very extroverted and it doesn't feel like it, the challenge is inside of me of just letting it go.
There are 335 international students here at Georgia Southern from all over the world. When it comes to getting used to the environment, there is an orientation as well as an extended orientation program that meets the first few weeks of the semester to make sure that students are adjusting well. The main goal is to make sure that students feel right at home in the borough.
So initially I would struggle to hear people and they would struggle to hear me too, but over time that has really changed. And the second thing I would just talk about is the food. Different meals, like totally different.
Regardless of the differences between America and their home countries, these students appreciate each individually and completely recommend the experience.
I just want to encourage anyone that is willing to do a studying abroad program, because it's definitely a very rewarding experience and open-minded experience.
It's always nice to be in a place where you're a foreigner. It's a nice experience, and it's something I challenge some of my American friends. Take a step out, go do study abroad.
Elise, how does Georgia Southern help international students get adjusted and feel right at home?
Students can work with the Department of International Student Admissions to get to know other international students as well as get accustomed to their new lifestyle.
It's great to know we've got those resources right here on campus just for those students. Thanks for that report, Elise. And thank you for joining us this week. We encourage you to connect with us on social media at @your_newsroom. For now, for Aaron and for all of us at Your Newsroom, I'm Andy Cole. We'll see you next week. So long.